Hey everyone, welcome to Logan's Mosh Pit. Glad to have you here. Do me a favor and please subscribe if you haven't already. Speaking of subscribers, we hit 300 subscribers today. Woo! I've said it before and I'll say it again. I wouldn't be here without you guys, so thank you very much for 300 subscribers. It means a lot to me. It really does. First of all, I want to apologize if you notice a dip in the visual and audio quality of this video. The SD card for my digital camera stopped working yesterday, so I ordered a new one. Unfortunately, it won't be here until next week. Nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. Until then, I will have to use my phone. Anyway, today we're going to do another episode of Logan's List, where I share my opinions on all things music related, ranging from common topics to obscure topics. Of course, yesterday was the 1st of October. Happy spooky season, everyone. Some of my neighbors already have their Halloween decorations set up. What a great time of year. Carving pumpkins, going to haunted houses, and binging horror movies. All activities I enjoy. Speaking of horror, to honor this spooky season, I want to count down my top 10 most delightfully spine-tingling theme songs from various horror shows. You're probably familiar with most of them. I can't believe I was able to fall asleep last night after listening to all these themes. Before October ends, I plan to compile a list of my top 10 horror movie themes as well, which I expect will be even harder to narrow down. As always, I want to get some horrifying honorable mentions out of the way, including Are You Afraid of the Dark, Ghost Whisperer, Scream Queens, The Exorcist TV show, and The Terror. Now let's move on to my list. I'm going to start at 10 and work my way to 1. I will give you the basic plot of each show, inform you when it aired, and why I picked each theme. I'll also put a link in the description below to every single horror theme song I mentioned today. Feel free to leave your own list in the comments below. Disclaimer, before you listen to any of these theme songs, make sure you have someone with you and an extra pair of pants ready. You've been warned. Okay, here we go. Number 10, The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead revolves around people fighting for their lives in the midst of a zombie apocalypse. It entered the fray in 2010, and the network has yet to end it. As a matter of fact, it reigns supreme as the longest-running series on my list. What appeals to me about this song is how the spooky, scattered synthesizers practically imitate a zombie's footsteps moving closer to you. Number 9, Tales from the Crypt. Each episode involved a creepy story based on supernatural events commandeered by a cheeky host named the Crypt Keeper. It lasted from 1989 until 1996. To me, the brief sound effects such as doors creaking and lightning flashes really elevated the scare factor. Some themes rely exclusively on instrumentals, but it was nice to see Tales from the Crypt, demonstrate extra effort to get their point across. Number 8, The X-Files. This show entails a pair of FBI agents who attempt to unravel cold cases related to paranormal activity. It dawned in 1993, stretched to 2002, took a lengthy break, and returned between 2006 and 2008. I don't believe the song sounds particularly scary with the X-Files. Instead, I appreciate the whistling notes because they're both simple and catchy. They sound cool. While the other themes have too many acoustic layers to easily recall, the simple yet effective X-Files theme will stick with you long after you turn the TV off. Number 7, Goosebumps. Goosebumps follows blood-chilling tales adapted for kids. They leapt off pages onto TV screens, debuting in 1995 and shut down in 1998, ending on my 2nd birthday. Still the worst gift ever. I admire how Goosebumps took the thriller approach. What I mean by that, morphing a petrifying tune into something that was actually fun. Horror and excitement are so far apart. It can be incredibly challenging to mix them well. However, I believe this theme did a commendable job of tying them together. Horror and fun. The entertainment aspect, in my opinion, is equally important versus the fright factor. Having both makes your show seem more attractive. The head banging, finger snapping, and foot tapping evoked by the Goosebumps intro inserts some much appreciated humanity alongside the unbelievable antics. Number 6, Friday the 13th, the TV series. No, this isn't about Jason. You had one job. Rather, the show hinges on a group of friends chasing cursed antiques on the loose to put them back where they belong. This show began conjuring chills in 1987 and ceased in 1990. I'm down with how during the opening the narrator kindly dissects the plot in a nutshell. You don't have to do any prior research. I wish more shows would follow suit. It's nice to not have a learning curve fastened to a show you've never seen before. Lost! Number 5, Masters of Horror. It treated viewers to 1-hour mini-movies assembled by titans in the horror industry. Masters of Horror met viewers in 2005 and stayed until 2007. I like the attention to detail that accompanied the intro sequence. I'm talking about the piano notes precisely synchronized with the falling blood droplets, plus the shimmering title, not to mention the carefully orchestrated close-ups. You can almost visualize the blood, sweat, and tears poured into making this series successful. Every single visual effect and note contained a purpose. You know that if the creators work this hard on the opening, then the episodes themselves will definitely be worth watching. Number 4, A Haunting. A Haunting reenacts petrifying stories of real homes inhabited by ghosts that families have lived in. This show first frightened folks in 2005, wrapped up in 2007, and was brought back in 2012. In my opinion, the narrator Anthony Call's icy voice stole the show. Hands down. Nearly every word he utters induces trembles that won't go away. Just listening to the intro alone will probably result in nightmares. Number 3, The Outer Limits, specifically the 1990s adaptation. I want to make that clear. The Outer Limits dabbled primarily in unexplainable science fiction situations, not straight-up monsters. It caused countless people to sleep with a nightlight from 1995 to 2002. Why do I like it? Well, ponder this quote. For the next hour, we will control all that you see and hear. If this menacing line doesn't make your heart race, I don't know what will. The reason why I rank this theme so high is because it blurred the line between fantasy and reality. Nearly convinced you that everything you witnessed was truly happening. Your remote appeared useless. When you lose control, panic ensues. It's probably the most authentic feeling horror package out there. Number 2, the OG Twilight Zone. I feel bad that it shares part of its name with something so obnoxious. Ugh. In each episode, characters face unimaginable circumstances that frequently ushered in a twist at the end. Although it spawned several successors, the original spanned 5 years, 1959 through 1964, laying the groundwork. The nostalgia factor associated with this particular theme song was through the roof. It has become such a prevalent part of our culture. Everyone recognizes it immediately. At this point, my fear sits right beside fondness when I hear it. Slightly cheesy, yes, but forgivable since, after all, it was a product of its time. Hearing the Twilight Zone theme basically demands respect because it was an absolute trailblazer for future horror shows. Number 1. Drumroll, please. Tales from the Dark Side. Tales from the Dark Side flaunted ordinary individuals who encountered otherworldly creatures like vampires, witches, aliens, demons, and enchanted inanimate objects. A running gag was a wicked person getting what they deserved. What sealed Tales from the Dark Side's top spot on my list was the curiosity lingering within the theme song. The narrator offered just enough alarming details to whet your appetite without giving too much away. Just a sample of what's waiting. This intro pretty much reels viewers in while simultaneously giving them a heart attack. It matched everything those other intros possessed and added even more flair. Let's do a quick recap. Number 10, The Walking Dead. Number 9, Tales from the Crypt. Number 8, The X-Files. Number 7, Goosebumps. Number 6, Friday the 13th, the TV series. Number 5, Masters of Horror. Number 4, A Haunting. Number 3, The Outer Limits, the 1990s version. Number 2, the OG Twilight Zone. And number 1, Tales from the Dark Side. Leave your list in the comments below. That does it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate the support. I'll see you next time. Until then, rock on.